Hey, Read Through the Word. Today is June 30th. Today we are still in the book of Isaiah, and we are looking at specifically, I want to take a look at beginning with Isaiah 13 and what we're dealing with. So, as we've talked about with the book of Isaiah and who Isaiah is speaking to, that he is telling the nation of Judah of their coming judgment. And as always, what happens when you hear judgment upon you, you go, but what about them? Have you been in trouble ever in your life? Maybe when you were a child, or maybe you were perfect. Yeah, I read the Bible. That's not true. So you got in trouble, or maybe you're a parent and you've had to one of your children, and it's always, but they did that. But they did that. Paul deals with it in the book of Romans, the letter to the Roman church. But what about them? And he handles it there. And so God knows that's coming. And so Isaiah begins to give oracles or the judgments that will come upon. And this is what's very interesting. As we look at just in the book of Isaiah, there's elsewhere in the other prophets, but just in the book of Isaiah, and I will put this in the notes, so you'll see this. So you don't have to worry about writing it all down. I'll make sure it's in your notes. Just in the book, this would be helpful to. I would love a map. If you had a map right in front of you, or a map in your Bible, or you could pull up one online and see all of this occurring as what God's doing. So just in the book of Isaiah, you have oracles against Arabia, Assyria, and Nineveh. And I'll give you the chapter and verses for all of this too. Babylon, Damascus, Edom, which are the people of Esau, Egypt, Moab, as in Moab and Ammon from Lot, Philistia, or what we know as the Philistines, and Tyre, or Tyre and Sidon. Jezebel, her dad was the king of that nation. And so those are oracles against. Just so here's the thing that God is showing through there. And God is showing Isaiah to tell the people of Judah and to tell the whole world and us today. Our God is not a local tribal deity. We saw that with Elijah. Remember, there is one Elohim and Yahweh is his name. God is showing that he is not like the gods that the people of these areas know. In the ancient world, the idea was a god was tied to the land. And so if you moved from this land to another land, that God didn't go with you. That's exactly why God calls Abram from Ur to leave the land and his people, because it was really about getting them away from those gods. All of that's a whole different lesson. But everything going on in Ur at the time, he was getting him out to show him how to worship the one true God. Get away from the gods that were tied to the land. So all of these nations that oracles are given against have different gods that are tied to their land. That's one of the reasons God's going to take the people from the land to show them he is not tied to the land. That he goes with them. He's that big a God. And so that's what he's showing through all of this. And he's showing them, I love this use of the name of God. He's showing them he is Yahweh Tsebaoth. I am the Lord of hosts. We call it the God of angel armies. When my daughter was little, she used to love that song, the God of angel armies. And she used to sing it, the God of angel armies. And so we still say angel armies. But the angel armies. But the God of the angel armies, the God that he is not tied to one piece of land. He's going to show them he's not tied to the temple either. But that's a whole New Testament story. That he is Yahweh Tsebaoth. Everything in the entire universe falls under him. And he wants his people to see that. The problem is, it's like they're sitting there like this, la 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 la. They don't want to hear it. They don't want the message. God's trying to show them he is worthy of trust. He is worthy of worship. He is everything he has shown them throughout all of history, all of time and space, from creation. He is that big that there is not one thing that happens in this world that he does not see. And that all throughout all of human history, marching through for one thing: his glory and his people's good. Our good, his glory. Our good, his glory. That's the story of all human history. And he will show each of these nations with their downfall that the goal of human history, the goal of human government, the whole goal of every kingdom is to show you there is one King of kings. He is Yahweh Tsebaoth. And he starts this showing with Isaiah of not that nation, not that nation, not that nation. All of this is to show he is worthy of worship, worthy of our lives, given for the pursuit of him and for the growth of his kingdom. God will continually, through human history, put his enemies under his feet and grow his kingdom. And he's showing that in these sections of Isaiah, and I hope we see it. So, thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time on Read Through the Word.